bacon.
Hey Baconians, welcome back to my channel. It's Reverse BLT here, and I'm about to get started on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Those of you who are not new to my channel will probably realize that I'm doing things a little out of order. That wasn't intentional. I've already finished WandaVision, and all the videos for that are up, but you know, there was a move and a whole bunch of other stuff that put me way behind schedule.
I don't want to hear your lame excuses.
And Loki ended up coming out before I could really get into everything with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I didn't want to fall super far behind on that one as well. So I've already been watching those. At the point of recording this video, I am current with Loki, which is on episode 3, Lamentus. But I don't want to, you know, skip completely Falcon and Winter Soldier because I was looking forward to seeing that as well. And so I'm finally going to go ahead and start into that. I don't really know where they're going to go with this. It looks like they're going to adapt some of the stuff from the comics where they had a new version of Captain America who I believe was kind of like a jerk. I don't know if he was straight up evil, but definitely not someone who fully embodied the spirit of Steve Rogers. Didn't he end up becoming, I don't know if I'm thinking of something different, but was that the guy that became Flag Smasher? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm sure the show will tell me. I kind of like the way that the chemistry was developing between, I can't think of their names right now. Was it Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan? Is that their names? You know, Bucky and Sam Winston. Wait, is that the guy from Ghostbusters? Anyway, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought they had a really fun banter between them that I really enjoyed. Kind of like this sarcastic, sort of like begrudging respect, but constantly busting each other's balls. I thought that was a lot of fun from the movie, so I'm looking forward to seeing that go forward. I'm hoping that they keep some of the feeling that the Russos had for the latter Captain America movies and such, where he had a bit of an old school spy thriller kind of feel to them. I really enjoyed that. And these characters lend themselves to that really well. So I'm hoping that we'll see more of that. And it's going to be interesting to see how Falcon deals with the weight of the legacy that Steve left behind for him. Clearly, he's the heir apparent to be Captain America, at least from Steve's point of view. And I'm curious to see how Bucky deals with the fallout, continuing fallout of the past that he has as the Winter Soldier. I mean, just because he is a good guy now and fought with the Avengers and all that sort of thing, it's not going to erase, as Nat would say, you know, it's not just going to immediately wipe out all the red in his ledger. You know, and there's a lot of red in that ledger. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him grapple with that. I'm assuming that, like the other MCU series that we've seen so far, psychology of the characters will play a big role, and that's something I'm really looking forward to seeing, is how they delve into the psyche of these two men as they try to move forward in a post-Snap world, a post-Captain America world, and with all the baggage that they each bring with them and that the world still has just floating around for everyone. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. You know a man's in a real rush when he puts on his shirt fresh off the ironing board. Because the fabric, especially if you're steaming, that stuff is hot.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
The heaviest shield in the world. And I don't mean with physical weight.
How does it feel? Like it's someone else's. It isn't.
I'm almost getting chills.
We need you to make sure that LAF doesn't deliver on their threat.
LAF.
Sam, this has to be subtle.
Subtle. Got
I
it.
have a feeling Sam don't got it. At least not in terms of being subtle.
D'où on veut ça? Tu viens de voir un homme sur le pare-brise.
tuer, c'est moi qui tuerai.
Okay, they know they live in a world where there are superheroes and stuff. I don't know why that guy was so skeptical.
T'es comme un poisson, non? Peut-être qu'on les tripe tout de suite.
What language is that? French? They're in Tunisia, right? Is French one of the major languages of Tunisia? 'Cause I think I remember something like French Tunisia.
You ignorant American.
Man, his little mini bots are pretty cool. Nice. Also, really well done avoiding the trope of explosive decompression, having everything fly out of the plane. Was it the actual guy that just threatened to kill him earlier? Because that would have been a great bit of irony. I don't think it was. Dang it. Man, Sam's really gotten good with that suit.
Let's get you out of here.
Nah, eyes on the prize, Sam. Feel like somewhere Michael Bay just got an erection.
Genius.
Red Wing, get him off our ass!
This probably is an improvement over the actual living Falcon that is his sidekick Red Wing in the comics. I don't think he could have done that. Oh, fuck, that was brutal.
You're about to fly into Libyan airspace, and I assume they have a problem with that. Yeah, a big problem.
Well, fuck it. Sometimes you gotta break a few rules, you know? I mean, would Libya not have a problem with these guys flying into their airspace? I assume they would, right? And they spent some money. I would think he would have flak on that thing, you know, like anti-aircraft, anti-missile stuff. I mean, that was pretty badass. Why am I suspicious, though, of the guy that they just saved? I've seen too many spy movies, I think. It's just I'm automatically suspicious that he's a double agent or something. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Oh, okay, it's him.
You could try to reroute that to the other.
Did you not?
He's already got a sidekick.
Hey, Avengers! ديت لي مرتي بعيشك برشا.
أنا كون دماغ. فرهم باش ناوناك سيري.
I'm impressed. For those of you who don't know, Arabic is a tier 1 difficulty language. One of the most difficult languages in the world.
LAF crews, man, they're trying to take advantage of all the chaos and make some money, and that I get. But there's...
Someone's about to die, aren't they?
Oh, bam, right there.
These are the guys you gotta worry about. Call themselves the Flag Smashers.
Oh, okay. That's why I was remembering the word flag smasher.
That one. But basically, they think that the world was better during the blip. Trust me, it wasn't.
Every time something gets better for one group, it's worse for another.
Oh, come on now. The world isn't one giant zero-sum game.
Keep an eye on it. If anything gets serious, you let me know.
I'll track the online chatter, see what they're saying.
This really feels like he's gonna die or he's a flag smasher himself.
Washington.
What are you doing there?
I just do not trust this guy. Seems to want to know too much.
Symbols are nothing without the women and men that give them meaning. I don't know if there's ever been a greater symbol, but it's more about the man who propped it up. Thank you, Captain America, but this belongs to you.
He wanted you to be the new Captain America. I don't know why I just heard Indiana Jones screaming, "It belongs in a museum!"
Thanks again for coming forward with a shield, Sam. It was the right decision.
No, it wasn't.
Take a walk.
Irony?
Half hour before last call?
I can't, guys. I have to prep for tomorrow's session.
Really?
Flashback, I'm assuming. Would explain the weird echoey effect when people were talking to each other, because I thought that was strange for that to be left in. Professional crews usually don't leave areas sounding echoey. Also, that is definitely not his Wakandan arm.
see anything. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything.
Gonna carry that weight.
So, Mr. Barnes, are you still having nightmares?
Why wouldn't he? I'm assuming he has PTSD. He's gonna have nightmares forever.
You're a civilian now. With your history, the government needs to know that you're not gonna
relapse. Where do I know her from? I know this actress.
You're gonna do the notebook thing? Why? It's passive aggressive.
You don't talk, I write.
I crossed the name off the list of my amends yesterday. Senator Atwood. She was a Hydra pawn for years. Helped her get into office when I was the Winter Soldier.
I am no longer the Winter Soldier.
I am James Bucky Barnes,
And you're part of my efforts to make amends.
You don't have 10 phone numbers on this thing. No, and you've been ignoring the texts from Sam. You've got to nurture friendships. I am the only person you have called all week. That is so sad. You're alone. You're 100 years old. You have no history, no family.
Are you lashing out at me, Doc? Because that's really unprofessional, you know? I mean, when did that start? When did you start yelling at your clients? Oh, the notebook, that's great.
Reminds me of Pickle Grit going to therapy.
I had a little calm in Wakanda. And other than that, I just went from one fight to another for 90 years.
Why don't you just go back to Wakanda?
Now that you've stopped fighting, what do you want?
Peace.
That is utter bullshit.
You're a terrible shrink.
I was an excellent soldier, so I saw a lot of dead bodies, and I know how that can shut you down. And if you are alone, that is the quietest, most personal hell. And James, it is very hard to escape. Look, I know that you have been through a lot, but you've got your mind back. You are being pardoned. I mean, these are good things.
Okay, I think I get it. He doesn't feel like he deserves to be pardoned.
Hey.
What? What? Your candy isn't even half full.
Rory, you can't keep fighting with your neighbors.
No,
Come on,
go
let's
away.
get some food.
Go.
But Izzy, we always go to Izzy on Wednesday.
I'm not
Come
in the
on.
mood today.
Hey, what if I buy?
Fine.
That changes everything. There's no better food than free food.
Tell me more, Fatty.
You guys didn't order the usual.
Oh,
huh?
hello.
You should ask her out.
Yeah, she's really hot. Ask her out. Why not?
He would like to take you out on a date, maybe to bingo or a night of pinochle.
I'm really sorry about him.
Why are you
Old
sorry?
men make great wingmen. They're just like shameless, and no one's gonna be upset when they just come right out and be like, yeah, this guy right here.
When I come back here, I should be done around 10.
Yeah, she's really cute. Go for it.
私の息子、あれ、大福大好きだったの。He had a job with a consulting company, and he was working abroad, and he was killed. The police said, wrong place, wrong time, but I will never know what really happened to you.
I have a feeling his son was one of Winter Soldier's targets.
Pay attention.
You can't make amends for everything you did. Oh, down the way, down the Conway, huh? Asian people don't get mad at me.
Uncle Sam!
What's up?
That's right. Uncle Sam. You're back early.
I know her. Where do I know her from?
You gotta marvel at it. Baby being held together by duct tape and prayers.
It'll be fine. It just needs to float long enough for me to sell it.
I thought we were gonna discuss if we were selling it.
Honestly, that boat looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Just needs a repainting.
Now that the world is going back to normal, this thing's gotta go.
We grew up on this thing. It's not just mom and dad's name on it, Sarah. This thing is a part of our family.
You know the situation we're in. This is why I prefer not to dwell on it in front of everybody.
Why won't you let me help?
No, don't start with that. We made a deal before Daddy died. You're out there. I do things my way here.
Right, but you tangled the house into this when you took those loans. Oh, got how hard you hit. Look, and don't hit me again.
Guessing she's big sis.
We can take a loan and consolidate everything. It'll take down your monthly.
You think I didn't try the banks? They're in with all of that big business.
Yeah, but now you have me.
Don't, Sam. I just got to deal with this.
All right.
Maybe it really is just time for us to move on.
Either way, just let me help. I'll set the appointment.
See, here's the thing. They have multi-billionaire, possibly trillionaire friends, people who used to be in the Avengers. Why not just go to them and ask for a little help? I mean, Pepper could front this entire business and not even notice it in her bottom line, you know?
Well, if that's not the most adorably old-fashioned thing anyone's ever done.
Bringing someone flowers is old-fashioned now?
So old and out of touch.
Do ladies not like flowers anymore?
Wait, how old are you?
106.
What's up with your gloves?
I have poor circulation.
Just tell her you have a prosthetic. There are lots of people with prosthetics.
Play a game.
Yeah.
You like games?
Love them.
Something I was about to say, things felt like they were about to get really intense and spy movie scary for a second. Like I felt like she was reaching under the counter, come up with a gun and just like open up on him.
What are you doing?
I'm reading your mind.
In this world, that's entirely possible, so...
Hit.
Drink. Come on, drink.
Okay, so she thought him bringing flowers was old-fashioned, but she wants to play, like, old-school physical Battleship?
I think it's really sweet you're spending time with Yori. It's been hard for him since his son died. You know how we call a guy whose wife died a widower? Or if your parents die, you're an orphan. No, there's no word for someone whose kids die. Because it's like the worst thing that can happen.
Excuse me.
I bet you there's got to be a word for it in some culture. I think it depends on the culture. Like, if it's a culture where they had a high expectation of children dying before their parents, they probably would have a word for it.
Hey.
You're actually going to go and come clean? I don't know about this, Sam. Almost called him Sam. Bucky.
It was good. God, I owed you for lunch.
Get some rice in there. Come on.
Oh, lined up perfectly. You always got to do the most, huh?
You know I don't play with these white folks.
I bet that one line triggered a bunch of people. I didn't come here for a political message. If a white person said I don't play with these black folks, it'd be an outrage. I figured out why she looks familiar. She reminds me. She doesn't look exactly like her, obviously, but she reminds me of Leslie Jones. Is this where we're going to get our confirmation that this dude is a flag smasher?
Was jetzt? Was sollen wir machen?
Or is he out here trying to infiltrate the group so that he can stop what they're doing? He's about to get his ass killed. All right, well, this person has abilities. Look at this.
He's getting wet.
What a dumbass. Like, the only person who's not running and was clearly working with authorities, I wonder if they're gonna notice. Okay. Dude, you've seen he has powers. Just shoot him.
Place you under arrest.
You're getting way too close. Ooh. I honestly would be very surprised if he survived any of this. I mean, that kind of kick should have opened his skull up, to be honest.
I mean, your financials are all over the place. Is there some kind of fund for heroes, or did Stark pay you when he was around? My condolences, by the way.
Thank you, but no, it doesn't really work like that. There's a tremendous amount of goodwill, and because of that, people are inclined to help.
That doesn't make sense. They're heroes full time, pretty much. Someone should have been paying them, definitely. Heroes deserve to make money.
You're just a capitalist dupe. All you care about is money.
I've been gone, like several billion other people. But if you look at our plan, I have government contracts. So that's proof of earnings. And I know for a fact that we qualify for an SBA loan.
Under the old terms, sure. But these days, what with everyone just showing up, well, things tighten up.
Funny how things always tighten around us.
Whoa, easy there. Look, I'm
Oh,
on your side. After all, he's a
okay.
hero.
Yeah, a bunch of people probably did quit the show over political messaging. But if you did, well, you're probably not watching this. But if you did, fuck you, because this is reality. Look up redlining. But I do find it weird that the Avengers did not get paychecks.
I don't care if I have to go to every bank in the city.
Sam, stop. I don't want to deal with this again.
Go talk to Pepper. Go talk to Pepper.
I knew they weren't going to help us. It's not their job. Those people don't even know who Daddy was, and he was a giant.
I don't care. I'm not gonna quit.
What are you trying to prove, Sam? And who you trying to prove it to? I swear, after Daddy died...
See, I knew that was gonna come up.
I never hid what I thought. You had to go off and fight armies and monsters, and I appreciate that. But you don't get to come back here and try to right your wrongs just because you couldn't deal with what was going on here.
Off topic, but did they really leave all that food sitting in the back of a pickup truck while they went and had a meeting to try and get a bank loan? Is that crap still safe to eat? That's one of my major bugaboos, guys. I'm really, really obsessed with food hygiene. I would not eat any of it knowing it had been sitting like that for who knows how long. Ah, that's the main problem with the boat. Engine's screwed up. Don't be too proud, dude. Go ask your super rich friend to help you out. Guys, don't be too proud to ask your super rich friends to help you out if you ever get super rich friends.
So this is the leader of the Flag Smashers, huh?
Yeah, real nice guy.
I thought you were supposed to be monitoring them online.
I was. I did, but you know, sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty. Or a broken orbital.
You're lucky that's all you got.
Damn lucky that's all he got.
Oh my God, Sam. You better look at this.
Unrest in the wake of recent events has left us vulnerable. Everyday Americans feel it. While we love heroes who put their lives on the line to defend Earth, we also need a hero to defend this country.
How did she know to turn this on with the concern she has? It's like she knew what this was going to be about before anything on the TV said. Dude, there's nothing on there saying what this is about.
The United States of America has a new hero. Join me in welcoming
your new Captain America.
But you can't regret it now. You had the opportunity to hold that shield. Interesting that he now carries a gun again, which I don't think Steve had done since World War II, right? I don't think when he was working with S.H.I.E.L.D. that he carried a gun. But I don't know, I'm gonna have to go back and look. I'm not saying it's weird for him to really have one, obviously, considering what he does, and we don't know what abilities he has or anything, if he's going to be similar to Captain America in that regard. It just strikes me as a little odd. Or like, I don't know how to say it. Like I said, it's not really weird. No, Henry Jackman, he does good scores. Already getting a reference to Power Broker. That's interesting. I'm trying to remember who was Power Broker in the comics. Those look like code words. Wait, were they the code words for activating Bucky back when he was Winter Soldier? Oh, Baron Zemo's mask. Okay. I'm gonna stick around for a minute to see. Oh, I guess there isn't anything. Once you see the Georgia Peach, it's pointless to keep looking for anything in the credits. All right, well, that was episode 1 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's definitely doing a bit of a slow burn, which I like. I always like it when shows take their time to set up their worlds and establish where the characters are at and everything before they just start barreling full tilt into the story. But we did still get some hints as to what the overall story is going to be. So we have a new Captain America. So they're definitely pulling from the comics there. I'm pretty sure that guy ends up being a bad guy.
I'd categorize that as an understatement.
At the very least, someone who does not properly embody the spirit of what it means to be Captain America, at least as established by Steve. We saw some of what Falcon's family life is like, dealing with not snap related, but just normal life related fallout from the death of his parents and having the dispensation of everything shared with his sister. She's kind of over it, wants to let go, and he seems to be sort of digging in, not willing to let things change. And I'm guessing that this is a little bit of a microcosm for, or maybe not microcosm, but it's relevant to the reason why he wouldn't take up the mantle of Captain America. I think Sam is someone who takes great comfort from things being and staying the way that they are, and does not want things to change too much. He does, and becoming the new Captain America is accepting that the world has changed and that he has to change with it. And I think that's just something he's slow to do. On the other hand, we have what's going on with Bucky, who is essentially going through what is it, that bit of the 12-step program or whatever. Is it the 12-step program? Whatever it is, I think it's Narcanon or whatever that does it, right? Or Alcoholics Anonymous, where one of the things they have people do is go to the people that they've wronged in the past and sort of offer an apology and ask for forgiveness and all that kind of stuff. Except, of course, he's basically doing it with people who he either helped as Winter Soldier to get into places that they shouldn't have been, or to achieve nefarious things, or people that he harmed as Winter Soldier. So I'm going to assume that the nightmare that he was having, which I'm also going to assume is a recurring nightmare, was that the young man who was begging for his life at the end of that dream was the son of, I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video because I didn't pay super close attention to the picture in the shrine. And Mr. What was it? What was his name? Well, Yuri. I didn't pay attention to the picture of his son in the shrine to see if he looked a lot like the guy in the hallway. But I'm guessing that that's what that nightmare is about. It's about when he killed his son.
Well, that's pretty obvious, ain't it?
And he seems to be genuinely fond of the old man, who seems, overzealous defense of trash cans notwithstanding, he seems to be a pretty sweet old man. I'm probably going to have to make sure I have some Kleenex sitting next to me for the scene when Bucky finally comes clean about his role in his son's death. I'm sure the waterworks are going to be flowing on that one. Those of you who are new to the channel, be prepared for things like that. I am not someone who holds back on the tears. When something is genuinely sad, I am definitely going to cry. If stuff like that bugs you, probably not the channel for you, because I can tell you right now, if it gets emotional, I'm going to get emotional. I'm hoping that Bucky can make it work with the cute lady at the bar. She's kind of a little bit my type. Little and cute has always been my type. So I have selfish reasons for hoping that they get together. I already ship them, but I don't know. We'll see. There might be better ships coming down the road. Speaking of which, I kind of hope Sam finds somebody too. Everybody deserves love, in my opinion. Well, maybe not everybody deserves love, but I like seeing romance, at least when it's well written. I hate poorly written romances. I am suspecting, just because I'm assuming that this new Captain America has powers, as one would expect, I think he is probably the guy who almost smashed our overzealous young man who tried to be an investigator on his own. I think he's the one that almost smashed his dome open, It just seems logical, maybe a little obvious for a show like this, but, just putting two and two together. I think that we focused on learning that the man had super strength and things like that for a reason. I don't think that was something that was on open display like that just because. Those are types of things that the writers want you to have in the back of your head. I'm assuming because of that this is the twist is going to be that the leader of the Flag Smashers, who I'm assuming that is also the new Captain America, which raises greater questions about the role of the government at the moment. Like how many people in the government know, how many of the people in the government are funding the Flag Smashers, etc. It kind of reminds me of a plot line from, I want to say season 2 or 3 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where they had like this anti-Inhuman group that had infiltrated a large part of the government. And of course, it also harkens back to the Hydra infiltration of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't mind them retreading similar things as long as they tell an interesting new version of that story. I don't care that it's got some similar themes to things we've seen in the past. So I'm curious to see how this will dovetail together, like how well Bucky's role or what's going on with Bucky connect to what's going on with Sam. Maybe it won't really be because of the overarching plot, because after all, the psychiatrist did point out that Sam's been trying to reach out to Bucky, and Bucky's just been ignoring him. Though a question I'm left with about Bucky, sorry, my thought process goes all over the place a little bit, but you know, I mentioned it earlier. If he had peace in Wakanda, why doesn't he go back to Wakanda? I don't understand. I mean, if I found a place where I felt peace and felt great every day, and you know, the people accepted me and all that kind of stuff, I'd probably go there, especially when you consider that Wakanda was amazing and beautiful and, you know, looked like a paradise practically. Why would you leave if everything's working out for you there? I don't get it. But hey, I mean, I'm sure we'll cover that at some point too. All in all, interesting first episode. I'm definitely curious to see where it's going. I think that it started out slow, but like I said, I think that's probably a good thing for this type of show. You want to kind of like ease things up, you know, with sort of like political thrillers and espionage type shows and all that sort of thing. You don't want to just start at 11. You want to ease people into it, because with thrillers, it's about tension, you know, rising tension. And if you start at, you know, with the screws all the way tightened, you've got nowhere to go, and it's not going to feel satisfying. You want to start low and ratchet things up real slow over time. Feels like that's what they were going to try to go for. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to episode 1 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. But remember, if you hit dislike, please always tell me why, because I can't make better content if I have no idea what you didn't like about it. Also, ring the bell, because YouTube, you know how it is. Anyway, guys, thanks again. Hope you had a great day, and I will see you for the next one. Bye-bye.